And you walk away and you think, man, we're doing the work of God, but you can never look at it and properly assess it because you're not looking at how people are responding to what you're doing. You're just doing things because you're fervent, but not necessarily a bridge builder. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get so caught up in your zeal that you can really hurt people. And I think we've all probably been there. I know I have. And so what do? You temper that a little bit. You allow yourself to grow in the gospel. You allow yourself to grow in God's grace and look at the vineyard as God's work and not your work. And just make sure you're not out in the field trampling up all the seed that's being planted. Understand that maybe you're a planter right now or maybe you're a waterer, but God is the one who gives the growth. God is the one who gives the increase. And listen, if God's got me, then I've got nothing to lose. And I can show all the people in the world the love that they need. I can learn to listen. I can learn to understand. And I can understand that the call, even though God might be working through me to call others, people have to hear the call of God in their life. I was even talking to my daughter the other day about her old church life and stuff like that. And we gave her pamphlets and did this stuff all the time. And she was saying to me, I was a little kid, but I didn't understand any of that stuff. But you know, when you're just really militant in what you're doing, you're not necessarily looking at what people are really getting out of it. And people get afraid and they want to change to make you happy. And so what happens is you get a manufactured transformation. You get manufactured results. But when you let people be people and not always try to change them or try to manipulate them or try to manufacture some result, then you can be a person that loves them and God can begin to minister to them. Immediately they left their nets and followed him. In order to answer the call, the reality always remains that there are things we have to leave. It takes sacrifice. It takes a choice. They chose to. They weren't compelled like, here's God, he got me. Guess I have to start doing this church thing the rest of my life and be miserable like all those people. No, they called him to the greatest high, he called them to the greatest high calling that a person could ever be called to. He called them to Jesus Christ. And there wasn't a delay on their part, and there was a decision, but the delay, it was like God is working in your heart and working in your life. He has called you, and he is calling you to himself, and your discipline in this life is to keep your eyes and heart focused on Jesus. It's learning to grow in him. It's not using the things of the world to escape, but you use the things of the world to enjoy the Lord. You enjoy his presence. You enjoy him. You enjoy learning. You enjoy growing. And God is not going to manufacture you and make you like other people. He's going to make you like his son. And that change begins to take place in your life and in your heart. And as it takes place, you want more of Jesus and less of the world. You want more of him. You want more of the goodness, more of the glory, more of the heaven, more of the truth, more of that reality. And you want people to know who you know. This is what we are called to. You are a called person. You can spend your life running from the call or running to the one who has called you. But he's never going to quit calling. Your life has purpose. God has a plan. And in that purpose and in that plan is Jesus Christ, but also in that purpose and in that plan are other people. That's not a shaming thing. That's a beautiful thing. That God has called you to the glorious work of the kingdom. Proclaiming the good news to others, why God does the work in the human heart.